This year's 350 really humbled me. I thought I found a very good deal until I realized it was just a money pit. I kept on spending money from the moment I clicked on buy it now until the moment it arrived. Even when it arrived, I kept on spending more money. If you are looking to import a car from the US, you might need to watch this to save you a lot of money. When I found this Lexus on Copart, the pictures were great. They were really nice. It was in a showroom with a lot of lightning. Like the showroom was so beautiful. I got emotional. Let me just say that I got emotional. And then I looked at the pictures. They were nice, but I did not look further than just the pictures. I, I guess that was where my mistake started from. Now, my first mistake was clicking buy it now on this particular unit. My friend advised me to not go for buy it now. They told me it's better to just wait for the auction and bid, and then that would fetch me a good deal. But no, I was already emotional. I loved the car from what I was seeing, and so I clicked on buy it now. And the first mistake I made was paying $6,500 for that ES350 2014. After clicking on buy it now, I had not arranged myself. It wasn't like my money was already waiting in Copart. When I clicked on buy it now was when I started looking for a way to make the payment. And then that process took me about a week that made me started paying for the mortgage at Copart. It was horrible. And then when I finally paid at Copart, we found a driver for trucking. We moved it to the nearest port. It was in Texas. When we got to Grimaldi, Texas, I found out the wheel was bent. The front wheel, I found out it was bent. And Grimaldi insisted they weren't going to take the cars run and drive. They were going to charge for forklift. And then I had to pay extra $600 for forklift. I was entirely new to the shipping process. What I got was just doc receipt from Grimaldi. I thought that was it. And then I started waiting. The delay set in. I waited for so many weeks. The first week went, second week, third week. I didn't hear anything from Grimaldi. There was no tracking. I couldn't track the car. The only thing I got from the doc receipt was the fact that it was received. I couldn't track the car. I waited for 2 months until the tracking changed to on transit. I waited and waited. I kept on waiting. There was nothing from Grimaldi. So I decided to stop tracking because it was already breaking my heart. I didn't get the car until 4 months. 4 months. And when the car finally arrived in Nigeria, I went to the port with my friend to check it out. And the first thing I noticed was there was a damage at the door from the forklift. When I saw the apart from the damage, I got really pissed, not knowing it was just the beginning. Man, I checked the suspension. The tires that were bent was really bad. It was really bad. I had to change the shock absorbers. I had to change the control arm bushing. I changed few components, and that wasn't even all. And then there were scratches all over the car. Scratches all over the car that made me consider a full repaint. There was no choice. I had to do a full repaint on the car. Now, when I moved inside the car, trying to check out the interior and everything, I found out the knuckle was bad. The steering knuckle was bad. It was really, really loud. I had to fix that. Moving on from the knuckle, I noticed the seats were torn. On Copart, it felt like just a dirty seat. They were torn. I needed to do upholstery for the seats. After fixing upholstery for the seat, I found out the AC wasn't working. AC wasn't working. I needed to change the compressor. Then it occurred to me that the car was just the base model. No mouse, no blind spot monitor, no parking assist, no heated and ventilated seats, nothing. No curtain at the rear window. Nothing. It was just entirely the base model, and I spent $6,500 on it. It was a very bad experience, but at the same time, it taught me a lot of lessons. At the point, I was glad I actually made those mistakes because my other deals were so very good and it was exceptional. So after a while, I didn't really see it as a loss. I just saw it as a tuition fee, so you guys won't have to make the same mistakes. So I'll be giving you a few tips on getting a good deal on Copart. I'm bringing in a very good car. So please, please, when you see the pictures, look at the pictures carefully. Have a professional look at the picture. Look at the 360 camera. There's always a option for 360. Look at the pictures carefully to make sure it qualifies for run and drive. Because if it doesn't qualify for run and drive, like the bent wheel, if the driver door handle is broken, they can't access the door. it won't qualify as a run and drive. You'll be paying extra at the port. Then another thing is to run a 360 again on the interior. Check out the trim properly. Make sure you are getting the best trim for Lagos, because Lagos people love full option. And make sure you are looking at the price in Lagos. You need to look at the price in Lagos first to confirm before bidding on a car. And another thing is, I personally would not go for buy it now again. I'll rather wait for the auction date and bid for the car to cut me a good deal. And another thing is, I will have a maximum bidding limit. Even before the auction start, I would have set my bidding limit and I would not go beyond it. Listen to the engine properly. The options are usually there. Make sure the interiors are very, very clean. Make sure there is no frame damage. And make sure you're not buying a flooded car. And most importantly, you need to budget for hidden repairs. Just for safety, just budget for hidden repairs. And I stopped using Grimady. Since then, I've been using Salom lines and I've not had any problems with Salom so far. So let me know in the comment section if you almost bought a car that turned into a nightmare. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.